Hey guys, it's M4T just coming at you with a quick off-the-cuff video about a Mac rumor report on new modular models of Mac Pros in the works at Apple. And this is following the dissatisfaction with the Touch Bar MacBooks and also the inflexibility of those trash can Mac Pros. So it's an interesting idea that Apple may be approaching PCs with this idea of customization and upgradability, but it has me kind of thinking deeply about whether or not Apple can even really still make a laptop or a computer that I would buy. So it's a very personal question, and I'm not expecting anyone to agree with what I'm saying or anything, but as someone who's only ever bought various models of the 17-inch 1920 by 1200 MacBook Pros, I can safely say that, like, for the longest time, I've just been kind of left in the cold because those models were surprisingly upgradable and they offered near competitive prices compared to similar laptops in their class. And I know I'm not the only one that misses the line of MacBook Pros. So when people like me are kind of speak to other people about it, usually sub 16 inches, they're always talking about how there's problems with weight, and the Retina resolution is good enough, but I've never had a problem with the weight, and resolution is not really a substitution for physical size. I've always loved also the generous resting place for my palms. Now, looking at the timeline of things, with the exception of replacement accessories, I don't think I've ever bought a new Apple product since pretty much the death of Steve Jobs, and that's a really interesting observation. I don't know if his influence had anything to do with the impression I would get from the devices. And it's not like I'm intentionally not buying the products. It's just been the case that I just haven't been interested, I guess. Keep in mind, I'm not a big fanboy of brands. I don't buy into the ideas like newer is better. I don't care about social proof, and I don't needlessly spend just to upgrade. For example, my iPhone 4, it still works, and in my opinion, it still has the best overall look in terms of all the phones. Just judging from my own taste, I just do not like any of the newer models. So I was just saying the other day that if I could just change the innards of my devices and upgrade them, then I would totally go ahead and do that. I definitely would. So if I was to build a MacBook Pro today, it would have to have kind of these kind of specs. A 3840 by 2400 17-inch matte screen, with as good viewing angles and brightness as can be available. Durable hinge, and I don't care if there's a bezel. Pascal level graphics, like a GeForce GTX 1080 could be SLI. Maybe expandable over USB-C external graphics enclosures, which we're starting to see from like Alienware and Razer, for example. 16 to 32 gigabyte RAM, preferably expandable, user expandable, or just an option. 8-core CPU, 16 threads, reasonably sized SSD for OS X. An option for a secondary storage drive, either SSD or just massive terabyte hard drive. Backlit keys, F1 to F12 keys. A centered trackpad, please. I don't care if it clicks. Not so big that you can't rest your palms over the WASD keys and arrow keys. It doesn't even need to be brushed aluminum on the deck. It can just be a soft silicone, which might be even more comfortable. I know that the brushed aluminum tends to be susceptible to pitting, which happens with some people's skin and some people's, I don't know if it's their glands or something, that some people just tend to be more acidic than others. USB ports, old school ones, new school ones, all the ports I can eat, basically. Ethernet port, I don't care about the width of the laptop. I honestly don't care about that, and the height, that is. Like a MagSafe adapter with easily replaceable cables. User replaceable batteries. Separate cell cards would be nice. That way you don't have to replace the whole battery. Fast charging would be good. Godly air circulation. I don't care if you have to add a whole bunch of empty space to the chassis, but just to increase the ability to cool, that would be good. Camera with a built-in stealth cover on it, because nobody trusts cameras not to be hacked. I don't care if it weighs more than 4 pounds. It's not a Starbucks cup. Hipsters won't be buying this, I don't think. I may never take it on the road personally. I might even just use it around the bedroom, around the office, but it would be nice to be able to move around with it. Now, if Apple wanted to make MacBooks like that, modular, that would be cool. We could choose between force touch and physical clicks, butterfly switch keyboards or the chiclet styles, glossy screen or matte screen, touch screen. I don't care if OS X doesn't utilize the touch screen, and they think that it's just something that's being wasted, you know, that's a nice option to have. I don't care. Apple, here's my request for you to please try to make a decent performing laptop that can last another 60 years and be competitive with everything else that's out there. So if you like this kind of video, hit the thumbs up button. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down button. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, and finally, don't forget to leave something in the comments if you have something to say.